Alright folks, well today I finally got my parts for my 79 F150 restoration project of 6 years. We got the bed on and everything, and then me and my brother one day we wanted to test out the fuel tank selector switch. It's got two tanks and it's got the front saddle up here, and then it's got the rear main tank back there. So we decided to test it, but we tested it a little too late because there's something messed up with it. Because we had to test it, we had to let the truck run, and then we switched the valve. There's a switch in the truck here. The switch is a valve. Yeah, it's too damn dark in here. But there's a valve right, this little switch here, there's a chrome switch right here. You flip that up, and that's your auxiliary. Flip it down, it's your main tank. Well, I flipped it up for the auxiliary so it would switch to this tank. It had no fuel in it, so it would cut my truck off, like it would shut it off, so that's how I knew it was working. Well, it worked one time, and then the truck didn't start back up. So I had to disconnect the fuel tank selector switch that was under there, the original one, to the truck, I'm pretty sure, because it's still got all the Ford stamping and shit on it. And we did that and it wouldn't run, so I had to disconnect that valve and then I just had to jerry rig something up real quick so it runs. So then I finally went ahead and I bought a new style selector valve. Hopefully this works when I put it in. I'm really hoping this works, because if it's not this solely, then I'm gonna have to replace the switch and possibly the whole wires that go to the back here for the truck. So I don't know, we'll figure it out, we'll find out. I do have tires for this. These tires are Future Dakotas RVTs. They're 33 by 1250 15s. They're a nice looking tire, but these tires are just dry cracked. They've been on the truck for God knows how long. They're still got decent tread on them. They still have the web on them, the webbings and stuff on them, but they're just not they're not suitable for this truck, because I'd hate to get this truck out on the road, drive it down the road, the tires get hot, and then they fucking pop. See, you can see this little dent here on the sidewall too. That's how stressed out that tire is. So, and plus they're way too far out of balance. So my brother was nice enough to give me a good deal on the tires that are on his truck, because he's completely changing up his whole setup. This is his first truck. It's a 78 F150 with a 351M in it. Mine has a 400 in it. He's getting rid of those wheels. We're putting it on another truck that we're building for a guy. And I got these Cooper Discover STs. Now these are a nice looking tire. These are 33 by 1250s too. So I'm excited to get those on my truck, and we'll see. They only have about 1,000 miles on them, so we'll see. They'll definitely be better than those Dakotas, because those are shot. Yep. I'll let you guys know when I have that fuel tank selector switch in. All right? Yep. Okay, so that's the fuel tank selector valve up in there. I just have to unbolt it and put this new one on. The wire harnesses are different. I mean, this plugs in like this because it's the old Ford style type plug. I mean, sorry, this is gonna suck because I'm holding my phone and trying to hold the flashlight. But you see that there mates up with a little pin connector inside of there. Well, this one doesn't have it like that. It has a little thing that comes off like this. So I gotta put this little eyelet on it, cut this connector off, and put this little eyelet on this wire so it'll go on that fuel tank selector valve. I'll show you guys when it's in. So now what I gotta do is, I don't see a ground anywhere on this fuel tank selector valve, but there is this plate on the back, and I'm thinking this plate mounts, it does mount to there, but I'm thinking that just needs cleaned up a little bit because that's all rusted. So I'm gonna take sandpaper to it and I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, see if we can get ground, because I still have no power back to the switch. So we're gonna see. So I got farther into this today than I thought I would. I ended up dropping my gas tank, my side tank, because after I put my fuel tank selector switch in, I'll show you. Right there. See that cute little girl in there? She worked perfectly fine. There's power to her. But as soon as I got that hooked up, I realized I had no power coming to this receptacle right here, this plug-in for the second gas tank. And then I checked that, and of course no power there either. So I had to get up. I came over to my fuse box, it's under here, and I looked at that. And there's one, the one all the way to the left, the bottom left there, is for auxiliary fuel. It says it right on it. Or, it's the bottom left, but one up. So it's the middle one there. It says auxiliary fuel on it. Then, I was like, oh, okay. So, I went up here, and I checked my connections in here, because I noticed underneath the truck, it's this baby blue wire that goes into this connector here. That blue one, right in there. Yeah, I was checking that, I had no power. Then I talked to my brother, and he said, it's your switch. So, I replaced the switch, and now it works, so, yeah. Well, everything's all hooked up. He's running like a fucking top. Just a quick run through of what I've done to this today. That is the old fuel tank selector switch. Didn't ever work. It's old Ford. I'm pretty sure it's OEM Ford. Didn't work anymore. I go under here. Put the new fuel tank selector in. Wired it in, plumbed it all in right. Truck runs fine, as you've seen. I had to drop my tank because I wanted to check my wires, and plus my bolting was kind of janky, so I had to fix that. Now I have power to this tank, and yeah, that's pretty much all I did. Well, other than that, I put something I've been meaning to get for a while, never got to it. This is a washer bottle there. Just got that in today, or yesterday, but yeah, that's what it is.